Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wake the hell up, turn the volume way up, because we got this week's episode of the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Kobold, joined on this beautiful TGIF afternoon with my guy, Max Faulkner. Max, have we ever done a Friday podcast?
I want to say yeah. We definitely have had a Friday podcast before. Oh yeah, dude, we had our annual fantasy football award show on a Friday. I don't know if it was both on Fridays. I know one for sure we did on Friday. I don't know if we did both of them.
Right.
Fantasy football, by the way. I shouldn't even be talking about it, but I'm aching. I'm itching
Already?
about that. I'm itching.
Already?
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Me too. But Max, happy 4th of July to you. That was yesterday. Today's July 5th. What'd you get into yesterday? What was your festivities like?
Oh, it was just nice and relaxing. It was super freaking hot over here, though. Really hot. It was like 96 degrees plus humidity. It was brutal. I went out and grilled. I went outside for about 10 minutes to grill some dogs. Oh my god, just a dead sweat. Just a dead sweat. Oh man. But we did some grilling, had some fresh brews, cold brews, and just hung around. You know, there were some fireworks that night, of course, just like how it always is on the 4th. You know, can't complain. I enjoyed it very much. Happy 4th, everybody. 4th of July. Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. Go Brazy.
Yeah.
Real quick. You know that song, obviously. You know that song. Okay.
Sorry. God bless.
Yeah, it's called "Proud to Be an American." Do you remember back in elementary school? Did you have to do rehearsals or like recital, as a class, like all the first, second graders came together?
Definitely.
We always sing that song at the very end. We all sang that song at the very end. We all put our arms up, and I proudly stand up next to you. You know, parents are in tears. Got them every time. Proud to be an American, Cole Breezy. Happy 4th. But Cole Breezy, you went on a trip, man. What was happening this week?
Went on a trip for sure. Just want to circle back to those dogs. How many wieners and what kind did you throw on the grill yesterday?
Nathan's Hot Dogs, man. We have I just posted a video a couple days ago about Are You Kidding Me, Joey Chestnut, who's the greatest hot dog eater of all time. The Nathan's Hot Dog eating competition that happens every single year at Coney Island in New York. Sadly, Joey Chestnut got banned. That was the whole point of the video. But it was so funny. I'm watching it with my wife. My wife is, just like, this is so gross, babe. This is so gross. And at the end of it, we both looked at each other and we said, "You want hot dogs? Yeah. How about we have it? Let's make some hot dogs. So that was a good lunch. That was a good lunch after watching the Nathan's Hot Dog eating competition.
That shit is so nasty. Dunking the buns in water.
Just swallowing it. Some of those guys were just...
Yeah. It's not just the dog, it's the bun too. My goodness.
Yeah, ridiculous. A guy from Chicago, Bordelli, he had like 56 dogs this year, 56 if I'm not mistaken. Good for him, because we got a new champion.
I missed the Nathan's hot dog eating contest this year though, Max. Like you said, yeah, we took a trip. Went down to Valley View Hot Springs in Moffett, Colorado, about 3.5 hours southwest of here. Went with our friends Evan and Crystal and their baby, Cora, 3 months old. It's her third hot springs in 3 months. So she's either going to love it or she's going to hate the hot springs. But Valley View, it's a nudist paradise. Everybody's got their dicks out, got their titties flopping. It's it's a nudist paradise. It's a bunch of hot springs. There's 10 pools. There was 10 pools that you hike to. The hottest one being, I think, 108 degrees, and the coldest one, the big pool, being 93 degrees. But yeah, it was a good time. Went on a naked hike.
You went on a naked hike?
Went on a naked hike. Nobody's wearing clothes. Different kind of camping. you wake up, you come out for your morning piss, and you usually got to look around. Hey, if you're at a campground, you usually got to look around. Is anybody around? Here, everybody's got their dicks out, so it doesn't matter where you're taking a piss at. Great time. I've never done
Great. This is a great time, huh? Looking at other
it.
people's dicks and boobs just flopping all over the
You're
place.
not look. I mean, you're not looking at them.
You're
You
not
know,
looking. Titties flopping all over the place. You're not looking. Yeah.
they're flopping all around, flip flopping like a fish on a hook. But you're not. You notice them, but they're just dicks and they're just titties and they're just butt cheeks, and everybody's got them, and
Go bring.
everybody's got them. This is definitely my. I've never seen this many titties and dicks in my life. This was definitely most of my experience being nude was definitely here. Great time. Great time.
Go Breezy. Can you just please tell everyone that you were a hippie? Can you just finally agree that you were a hippie? This is as hippie as it gets, man. As hippie as it gets. Hey, we're all naked, bro. I don't care. Let's smoke weed together. Kumbaya around a campfire with our dicks and boobies hanging
Okay,
out.
no fires, no fire. Well, there was a community fire. I take that
Oh
back.
my god.
Community s'mores nobody was naked for that though. Nobody's naked for that. Community s'mores every night too, so that was nice. But yeah, you run into the same people at different pools, different days, and you get to talking and because our friends had a baby with them, so everybody was about the baby. But
They brought a baby with them with a bunch of people being butt ass naked.
a baby is fine. But what do you think about there were kids running around. There were kids running around. It very interesting. There were a couple kids, very interesting, very interesting. I wouldn't raise my kids like that, but you do what you do. But it was a good time. The natural hot springs, they flow down to each one. Great time. It was Kelly's birthday and Evan's birthday, so that's why we went to celebrate.
Happy birthday to Kelly. That's all I gotta say about this. I
Yeah,
don't ever ask me to go because it's gonna be no, 100% not going. I will
nice
never.
sauna, nice clubhouse. It was a great time. Definitely go back. Evan's wife Crystal, she's a member. She's an annual member, so we'll be going back for sure.
Yeah, you and your hippie retreat, Cold Breezy. Just admit it. Just say it right now. I am a hippie, and I'm
50%.
I'm proud to be a hippie. I'm not proud to be an American. I'm proud to be or a hippie American. There you go. I'm
On
proud to be
July
a hippie
5th,
American.
on July 5th, I will say that I'm 80% hippie.
Okay. All right. I'll take 80%.
But this week on the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast, it's our last NBA episode of the year. We've been talking NBA draft for a couple weeks now. We finally had it conclude last week. And of course, after the draft, we get into free agency, and there's always a couple trades. And then we also at the end stay for the conclusion because we got our next candidate for the 2024 NFL's biggest douchebag of the year.
Mm.
Stay
Wow.
stay till the end for that. But we
Wow.
got we got to start with our NBA draft recap. It was a good one. We're not sure about these guys. There's going to be a lot of busts. There's going to be a lot of guys we're never going to talk about again in this lottery, Max. Let's look at the top real quick. 3 of the top 6 picks were from France.
Mm.
3 of the top 6 picks were from France. This is the first time a country outside of the U.S. has had 3 top 10 picks. They also had the 25th pick, Dadier. Pacome Dadier. So they had three. This is the first time a country outside the U.S. had 3 top 10 picks. France, they're coming. Looking at that national team: Evan Fournier, Killian Hayes,
Mm.
Theo Maledon, Frank Tilikina. They got a couple. They got a couple guys. Nick Batum. They got a couple guys. So look out, Risa Shea and Sar. But this draft was also the third time that the first 2 picks in the draft had no college experience. Zachary Risa and Alex Sarr, both being from France, no college experience. This is the third time the first 2 picks have had no college experience. 2001, Kwame Brown and Tyson Chandler. Remember Kwame? Michael Jordan picked him with the Wizards. And then 2003, LeBron and Darko Milicic. They both had no college experience. Last nugget. We had 6 lottery picks this year without any college experience. That is tied for the most in a single lottery all time. A lot of guys we don't know about.
Mm-mm.
G League, overseas. Let's run through the lottery real quick. We both got the top two picks correct. The Hawks took Zachary Risacher from France, and then the Wizards took Alex Sarr from France. Anything on those two guys fitting with their new teams? 19 years old, both of them.
Hey, that's what we both projected. We knew that was going to happen, especially with their size. Yeah, I think it's a good fit for them. But again, I don't know much about these guys. I didn't see much about them. I mean, the videos that you do look up, you're like, well, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
you don't know.
yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, it's nothing. Yeah, definitely not jumping out of my seat, but I understand. I understand the pick, and they definitely have some talent. So that's really all I got to say about these guys because I don't know yet. I don't know yet.
The Rockets sitting there at number 3, a lot of trade talk. They stayed put. They took Reed Shepherd. Max, I think this is crazy. Reed Shepherd was the 5th ranked player in Kentucky's recruiting class last season. He
Wow.
was the 5th ranked player in his own recruiting class at Kentucky last season. He goes number 3 in the draft. Spurs take another guard in Stephon Castle from the defending champion UConn Huskies. Anything you got for me on those two guards?
Reed Shepard looks great. It didn't. I don't know. I think he slides into that starting role immediately at the shooting guard position. Who's the other guy? Jalen Green? Am I speaking
Jalen
correctly?
Green, Fred Van Vliet, Amen Thompson.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think he can slide right in there because he's a smart basketball player. Man, he makes good decisions. He creates plays. So I think that's a pretty fun pick. I don't know, but what is he? 6'2"?
Yeah, 6'2", 6'3". Yeah,
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if it ends up being a bust or not. But I do like Reed Shepard. I think he's a very smart IQ basketball player. You like to see that on the court. And then Stephon Castle, champion going to the San Antonio Spurs. Hey, I said the Spurs should take Dalton Knecht at that pick because of a guy that has the experience, but they're going for youth. That's what a lot of teams go for in these drafts. They're going for youth, going for the long run. I don't know too much about Stephon Castle. Other than he played well. He played well at UConn, but he wasn't the big name at UConn. Okay, it was Tristan Newton and Klingon, right? It wasn't Castle. So, yeah. What do you got, Cole Breezy?
Castle was definitely that lockdown guy on the perimeter for UConn last year. He led all Big East freshmen in points, rebounds, and assists, I believe. But yeah, I really like Reed Shepard, his athleticism, 42-inch max vertical. So potential there for both guys. Potential. At number 5, the Pistons. Surprise! This is where the mocks went crazy. This is where we lost our mocks. First surprise of the draft, the Pistons took Ron Holland out of the G League, 18 years old. This is the 3rd player to be drafted in the top 5 from the G League, along with Scoop Henderson last year and Jalen Green. This is the Pistons' 3rd straight year picking at number 5. Come on, Pistons. Can we develop some of these guys? Max, Ron Holland wasn't even in your lottery. Why do you hate this young guy so much?
Because I know nothing about the G League. I don't pay attention to the G League. Maybe I'm sleeping on the G League. But also, last year, all those guys that got drafted last year, can you name one G League player that had a good rookie season? That was like, well, this guy's going to be something. No, not one.
Nope. Jalen Green's probably the best guy from the G League right now.
Right. I mean, yeah, Jalen Green, he might have averaged 18 last year. He might have averaged 18, but what, 18, 2-2? Something like that?
On 25 shots.
Yes. Yeah.
Another somewhat of a surprise pick at number 6 here was the Hornets, taking Tejan Salan out of France. This was the 3rd French player taken. A lot of upside there to be running on the wing, maybe as a 4. We'll see about Salan. Blazers, they took at number 7, Donovan Klingon. Let's come back to him in a second.
Yeah.
Because at number 8, the Spurs were sitting there with their 2nd top 8 pick. They decide that Minnesota comes a calling. They come up, they get Rob Dillingham from Kentucky.
Oh.
So Spurs trade, they get a first round pick and in like 2031 or something when they're thinking Minnesota's going to be trash, when they're thinking Minnesota's going to be done, Spurs are going to get their first rounder. Max, Kentucky had 2 top 8 picks, both coming off the bench. What's up, John Calipari? 2 top 8 picks, Reed Shepard and Rob Dillingham, both coming off the bench. What do you think about that for Calipari?
It's a shock. Okay, it's a shock because you have 2, like you just said. Those guys coming up the bench in Kentucky, and guess what? You lost in the first round. Okay, you got To I don't even
Oakland.
Oakland. Let's go. Oakland. Awesome game. It was an awesome game. I'm not.
Crazy.
Oh my god. Uh, but yeah, and you know what? That's another reason why we have to say that Coach Calipari just not that good of a coach, not that great. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that he's a great recruiter, like we've stated so many times. But the fact that you have those two guys coming off the bench, they should have been starting. Those other queefs that you had starting, they should have been coming off the bench. How about that? Get a spark plug first, and then have some guys come in that can, stir the pot a little bit. But unbelievable, unbelievable. I mean, good for Kentucky to have. Well, that's what they always are. They just have NBA players. They come in, they get drafted, but they don't go to. Well, I mean, they have won a championship, and then they went to a Final Four with Julius Randle, right? But
Big cat.
Big Cat, Big Cat, yeah, Big Cat, yeah. So yeah, they obviously have NBA players all the time, but anyway. We'll see what those guys end up doing. Rob Dillingham's 6 feet, 165 pounds, right?
Good guy. Next Kyrie Irving, according to you.
His ball handling's nasty. All right, he's got some nasty ball handling. Rob Dillingham.
Anthony Edwards there in Minnesota. That could be something there. Mike Conley, what is he, 37? So Rob Dillingham, future point guard of the T-Wolves, it looks like.
Mm.
At number 9, the Memphis Grizzlies. Oh my goodness. Look, your guy from your alma mater, the Purdue Boilermakers, Zach Edey. My goodness. We both love the fit, Max. We both love the fit next to Jaren Jackson Jr. We both had Memphis taking Klingon in our mock drafts. I had the Grizzlies trading up, which reportedly they tried to trade up to Houston, number 3. They tried to trade up with Detroit, number 5. They tried to trade up to Portland, number 7. Grizzlies couldn't get up there to get Klingon. They stay put, and they might have the better player. They might have the better player, Zach Edey. Max, I'm not gonna sit here. We watched the national championship game last year. We saw Edey go up against Donovan Klingon. Edey 37-10. I'm not gonna sit here and say Donovan Klingon did anything with Edey in that championship game because nobody did. Nobody did. I'm not gonna sit here and say that Klingon's more athletic than Zach Edey because Zach Edey had faster times than lane agility, shuttle run, 3/4 court sprint. He had better vertical leap numbers than Donovan Klingon. Zach Edey could be a great fit with the Grizzlies. Tell me what you think about this fit in Memphis.
Ecstatic. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting him to go to Memphis. I think I had him to the Spurs. So Spurs had the Twin Towers again. That would be awesome. But
Twin Towers in Memphis?
Who's the other big guy in Memphis?
Jackson Jr. 6'11".
Who?
Former Defensive Player of the Year,
Jaren Jackson. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. A couple of big guys right there, but he plays more of a power forward. Okay, we know that. Dude, Zach, this is a perfect fit for Zach Edey. A great fit. He goes straight into that starting role. Zach Edey, Jaren Jackson Jr., John Morant, Desmond Bain. Desmond Bain's good. And there's one other guy that I'm sleeping on, but this is a good lineup. This is a great lineup. And did you see John Morant's post when Zach Edey got drafted? Oh, so funny. So funny. You gotta love it. You know John Morant's excited about this, having a big guy like that who's athletic, who can probably get his alley oops, who can use the screen because Zach Edey's so freaking big. It's just like if Zach Edey misses a screen, that means you didn't use his screen. All right. John Morant's gonna get open for so many shots. He's gonna have a field day.
John Morant, Zach Edey pick and rolls.
Whew.
Gonna be one of the best pick and roll tandems in the league from day one, definitely.
Yeah.
Let's look back at Klingon real quick. Are you more or less optimistic about Donovan Klingon now that you know he's in Portland? Now, Portland traded for DeAndre Ayton. They got Robert Williams from Boston in the Drew Holiday deal. So they got a lot of centers. I don't know if DeAndre Ayton can play the 4. I don't know if he's stretching it out enough. Maybe they try to play Ayton and Klingon together, but are you more or less optimistic about Donovan Klingon now that you know that he's in Portland?
Oh man, I don't know what to think about Portland. I know they're in this rebuilding process right now. Who knows if Aiton even stays there? He might be traded. Yeah, Robert Williams. I liked Robert Williams for a little bit, but he always gets hurt, so he'll be coming off the bench. I don't know. I don't have anything to talk about with Portland. I look at their team and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it's a log jam at center. I'm a little less optimistic about Klingon, but like you said, Portland could move Aiton. I definitely see that contract being moved.
Hmm.
But Donovan Klingon, Zach Edey, these guys are going to be compared all career. But next time I see you, I'll enjoy those 3 brews on you because Klingon got drafted before you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But now the next bet's got to be who's going to have the better rookie season. We can make that bet come tip off next season.
I think I'm with you though.
Nah.
Lastly on Zach Edey, he is the 8th player standing 7'4" or taller to be drafted in the first round. You got 2023 Wemby, 7'4". 2004 Pavel Podkolzin, 7'5". I think he played about 2 games. In 2002, you got Yao Ming,
Yeah.
7'6". That's the best name you're going to hear. 1996, you had Priest Lauderdale at 7'4". 1993, you had Sean Bradley at 7'6". We remember Sean Bradley.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
1988, my guy Rick Smits with my Pacers, 7'4". And 1983, Ralph Sampson, 7'4".
Ralph Sampson.
Edey is the 8th player standing 7'4" or taller to be drafted in the first round. Yao Ming's the best guy there. Do you think Edey can match up to Yao and Sean Bradley and Rick Smits, Ralph Sampson? You think he can match up these guys?
Actually, yes, because Zach Edey can shoot at 7'4". He's not just a big body; he can shoot, and when he gets fouled, he knocks down his free throws. This guy, he shoots a very high percentage down low. Okay, dude, this guy's 300 pounds with athleticism. Okay, it's going to be hard to push him around. He's not going to be pushed. He will not be pushed around. All right, so look out. Real quick, I now that we brought up Yao Ming, when did he get drafted? What overall pick?
2002, number 1.
Yeah, okay. Just wanted to verify that.
Average, I believe, like 35, 19 boards, and 5 blocks with the Shanghai Sharks right before he came over. So number 1 pick there.
Definitely.
Continuing in this lottery for the 2024 NBA draft, the Utah Jazz were sitting there at number 10. They took out here, Boulder, Colorado, Cody Williams, baby. He is the first Colorado freshman ever drafted in school history. I thought that was crazy. The Bulls at number 11 took Matas Buzelis. He has Lithuanian parents, but he grew up in Chicago. So you saw the emotion from the family there. Everybody was crying, and great hometown pick. Great hometown pick. I think 19 years old. The Thunder at number 12 took Nikolai Topic from Serbia. He partially tore his ACL. He was consensus top 5 pick and a lot of mocks before that. This is probably going to be a redshirt season. Great pick for the Thunder.
That's an awesome, real quick. That's an awesome pick by the Thunder because the Thunder are already really good. So they don't necessarily need him to try to make the playoffs next year. This is a great pick. Yeah, good for them.
We'll talk about the Thunder a little bit later too. The Kings took a guy that we both like a lot at 13, Devin Carter, and the Blazers. The Blazers were sitting there. They traded to the Wizards. The Wizards came calling for the 14th pick. They took Bub Carrington, a point guard out of Pittsburgh. Let's talk about a guy that we both had high. You had a number 4. I had a number 6. Dalton Knecht from Tennessee, the runner-up from the third year in college basketball last season. He slips to number 17. The Los Angeles Lakers were sitting there. I think it's a great fit, Max. Yeah. 23 years old. You can plug him in right now. I think he's a great fit. ESPN's Bobby Marks started texting GMs when Knecht started falling in the draft. Every answer he got, there were no medical concerns because a lot of times when a guy slips like this, something was discovered about him. Something medical was discovered about him. But there were no medical concerns about Dalton Knecht. It was strictly about his age. 23 years old. He was too old. Dalton Knecht is the first Tennessee player drafted in the top 20 since 2011. Tobias Harris went 19th. What do you think about Dalton Knecht's fit in Hollywood and this fall in the draft?
Wow. I cannot believe he got drafted 17th. Okay. A guy with his experience, with his length, his athleticism. It 23 years old. Oh, he's too old. He's too old. Stop it. Oh my gosh, that's just so annoying. I think it's a steal pick for the Lakers. It's a steal pick. You kidding me? Like he dropped that far. They're like, are you serious? We got this guy? Really? Okay. All right, let's do it. He might be in the starting lineup. He might be right into that starting lineup at well, because LeBron plays the point guard. So you could put him at the small forward and slide over who's the shooting guard? Russell, D'Angelo Russell.
Angelo Russell's there. Antonio Reeve, not Antonio, Austin Reeves.
Austin, yeah, yeah, yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. Either way, he'll fit very nicely. The only bummer I would say is that you know you're a role player. You know you're not gonna be the big time player making. Well, sure, yeah. It's only 2 years, right? Only 2 more years until LeBron's gone. Unless Bronny, right? We'll talk about him in a second.
Oh, fuck it. Let's talk about Bronny right now. As predicted on this podcast, damn near a month ago, the Lakers took him with the 55th overall pick. Quickly, I want to get your opinion on this. His agent, Rich Paul, everybody knows Rich Paul, LeBron's agent too. Rich Paul was calling teams in the second round, and he was telling them, if you draft Bronny, he's going to Australia. What do you think about that?
Nepotism at its finest. Nobody. Hey, guess what? You can call them. No one was picking up. Like, we don't want Bronny. We don't want Bronny, bro. No one wants Bronny. So stop calling me. All right. So it's just all show. It's Hollywood, man. It's Hollywood. That's the way they're making it look like it's Jerry Maguire. Okay, great movie, by the way. They're making it look like, hey, man, like everyone's just calling around, trying to make this deal. No. No one wanted Bronny. The only one that wanted Bronny, not even the Lakers. LeBron James wanted Bronny. That's it. That's all it was.
Bronny signed a 4-year deal worth $7.9 million, which is fully guaranteed. He has a team option in year 4. This contract guarantees that Bronny will be on the Lakers' main roster once the season begins. It's not a two-way contract. Yes, he's going to be playing in the G League some, but he will be on the main roster with this contract, Max. Last guy we want to talk about in this draft, a consensus first round pick, top 20 in a lot of people's mocks, was Duke big man Kyle Filipowski. I've been on record on here calling him soft and extra small vanilla cone and soft serve cream, and Kyle Filipowski from Duke. I had him top 20, top 25, so I'm surprised he slipped to 32nd. Utah scoops him up 32nd in the second round. Interesting story here. I haven't heard this, Max. I haven't heard this about a prospect. This is why he dropped. Kyle Filipowski has an interesting situation with his girlfriend. NBA teams asked Filipowski about her in interviews, and as one team put it, he was, quote, super nervous. Filipowski's mother came out and said that the girlfriend is a Mormon groomer and a brainwasher. If you notice, Filipowski's family was not with him at the draft. It was just his girlfriend and his agent. So Filipowski's mother came out and said that the girlfriend is a Mormon groomer and brainwasher. Filipowski has a twin brother, Matt, plays at Harvard coming up this season. Oh. He's come out. He's been vocal about the situation too on social media. This girl's 28 years old. Filipowski's only 20.
She's 28?
Filipowski's only 20. The two started dating when Filipowski was in high school, and she had already graduated college.
From what, Utah?
Maybe BYU. This all makes it even more hilarious that Utah drafted him because, according to the World Population Review, Utah's total population is 68.55% Mormon, the most in the U.S. The most in the U.S., 68.55% Mormon. So that's hilarious that Utah drafts this kid. What do you think about Kyle Filipowski and this girlfriend situation?
Soft serve cream. Doesn't sound like he's asking any questions. It doesn't sound like he's pushing back at all. It just sounds like whatever she says, he says, "Okay, honey." Okay, sounds good to me. I don't know what to think other than that. Honestly, that is just, especially because she's 28 years old. Like, whoa. I am interested in seeing what happens next because is this the end of his basketball career? Like, and I'm telling you, like, I'm thinking like Jimmer Fredette, right?
Mhm.
BYU, definitely a different scenario, but other than the fact that he was Mormon too, and he was shorter, but he was out of the league pretty quick. Does Kyle Filipowski now, because he's going that Mormon route, he puts that over basketball, and then he's just not focused anymore? I don't know. I,
If he gets brainwashed, who knows? Mormon groomer, according to Filipowski's mom. That's a situation we got to keep our eyes on there.
oh my goodness. Yeah, when you advice for everyone out there, when your family starts coming out and starts trying to tell you some advice, and that's everyone, like, yeah, if it's one parent, like, okay, maybe, but like if it's everyone coming out and saying, okay, dude, oh, all right, yeah, maybe you should listen to them, or at least sit down and listen, to have a conversation with them. It
Yeah,
doesn't sound like he's doing that.
it's sad you accomplish your dream of being drafted in the NBA and you don't even share that with your family. That's just sad. You picked your Mormon groomer, brainwashing girlfriend. That's crazy.
Gosh.
Finish up this NBA draft recap. I just want to hit on what the Pacers did. They did not have a first round pick because they traded it for Siakam, so that was a great
Oh,
move.
great pick.
But in
Yeah.
the second round, number 35, 5 overall from these Kansas Jayhawks, they got my guy Johnny Furphy,
Oh.
6'8", 190-pound, 19-year-old shooter. This dude's tough. He played Australian rules football over in Australia growing up. This dude's tough, throwing his body around. He can shoot it. I really like the pick. At number 49, the Pacers drafted Tristan Newton out of UConn.
Ooh,
We know what he
baby.
did back to back. Most outstanding player in the Final Four. And then at number 50, the Pacers drafted Enrique Freeman from Akron. You heard of Enrique Freeman, Max?
No.
He was a walk-on at Akron. He participated in an open gym tryout. He makes the team. He led Division One last season with 12.9 rebounds per game. He led all of Division One. He was the MAC Player of the Year after winning the MAC Defensive Player of the Year 2 seasons earlier. This dude didn't have a scholarship. Walked on, Player of the Year in the conference. Now he's the NBA draft pick to
Mm.
my Pacers. What do you think about the Pacers draft there in the second round, Max?
I'm going to go ahead and say that is phenomenal drafting. I like Furphy because I like the youth, and the guy can shoot. That guy can shoot, man. And he got some good exposure, by the way, because he had to slide in when McCullough went down, right? Furphy slid into that starting lineup after McCullough went down. So he's playing with the big dogs. He was playing with the big dogs at Kansas. So he's already got exposure. Tristan Newton, a veteran, 5-year college player, 2-time champion. You kidding me? He might be in your starting lineup. I think I'm going to say it right here. That might be the steal pick of the draft. The entire draft, I think that could be the steal pick. Uh,
I like the sound of that.
and then this Freeman guy, I knew. Okay, the only reason I remember the name now is because when I was keeping up with stats with Zach Edey to see like is he going to win the rebounding battle, Freeman was ahead of him, and I do remember seeing that name. Wow. So well, he'll be coming off the bench and playing defense and grabbing boards for you, dude. Pacers are stacked.
We signed Obi Toppin, um, maxed out Siakam. So look out for the Pacers, boys.
Yeah.
Let's get into some NBA free agency talk here, Max. The biggest move of the week was a former Pacer, Paul George. He's leaving Hollywood Clippers for the Philadelphia 76ers. He's going coast to coast. He signed a 4-year, $212 million max contract. The Clippers were reportedly unwilling to give PG that fourth year. They didn't want to give him that fourth year. PG, the 34-year-old, shot a career-high 47% from the floor last year and played in 74 games, his most since 2019 OKC. The 9-time All-Star has averaged at least 21.5 points per game in 9 straight seasons. 9 straight years of 21 and a half. Solid consistency. Max, is this the best big three in the league, along with Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey? And can Philly challenge Boston for the East?
Yes. Yes, I will say so. It's just again when you hear about these big threes, it all has to come down. Can they work together? Because hey, Paul George, this is Joel Embiid's team, and you got to realize that you got Joel Embiid is the better player.
He's
Okay,
on court.
So can he play that role position? Is Tobias Harris still on the team, by the way?
He signed a big deal to go back to Detroit to hang out there in Motown.
Okay, have fun with that. Uh, I like the big three. I think it's fun. But again, if you want to compete against the Boston Celtics that plays team basketball, they move it around, they play defense. That we already talked about the Boston Celtics, countless times here on the Don't Tell Mom Sports podcast. You got to realize Joel Embiid is the man. He's the man. You give him the ball. Okay, he makes the plays. You get open. You knock down the shots. I think
Yeah.
that's what you gotta realize.
Yeah, I think this was one of the best big threes in the league, along with Tatum, Jalen Brown, Holiday, and out here in Denver, you got Jokic, Murray, and Aaron Gordon if you want to go with him. Uh, I think this is one of the best big threes, definitely. And yeah, they're going to be able to challenge Boston for the East, along with New York, along with Milwaukee, and maybe Indiana. But Sixers are going to be second round team for sure. Maybe the conference finals, maybe PG and Embiid they click and everybody's healthy. They go conference finals, and who knows after that.
Mm.
Max, one of the Splash Brothers is leaving the Bay. Steph Curry's boy, Klay Thompson, is leaving and going to Dallas to sign a 3-year, $50 million offer. This was a sign and trade here. So Dallas receives Klay. Charlotte, the Hornets jump in here. They receive Josh Green from Dallas. And the Warriors, they received 2 second-round picks. They received 2 second-rounders for Klay. Klay was the 11th overall pick in the 2011 NBA draft and made 5 straight All-Star appearances from 2015 to 2019. But Max, if you remember in that 2019 finals, going up for a dunk, tore that ACL, damn it. And when he was rehabbing from that ACL, he tore his Achilles. Klay missed 2.5 seasons. He came back. He was healthy last year. He was the second leading scorer for Golden State last season and led the
Nice.
league in free throw percentage at 92.3%.
Very nice.
So he was rehabbing. He was shooting free throws. Klay has averaged over 3 made threes per game for 8 straight seasons. 3 made threes per game for 8 straight seasons. Now, reportedly, the Lakers were in the mix here, and they offered Klay more years and more money per year than Dallas did. Reportedly, 4 years and 80.
Hmm.
Turns it down to go to Dallas. Klay's dad, Michael Thompson, he does the radio for the Lakers. He played for the Lakers. Said he was disappointed about this move. But 3 made threes per game for 8 straight seasons for Klay. Is this the guy that Luka needs to space the floor and get Dallas over the hump, Max?
Yeah, I like that. Oh yeah, create some space with Kyrie and Luca, and then shoot, just sit in the corner. Sit in the corner, hit 10 threes a game. Damn it! I mean, that's all you got to do, man. Play some defense because Klay Thompson's a good defense. Well, was I can't say I watched Gold State this year, so I don't know if he played any defense.
Lost a step defensively because of his injuries.
Of course,
Laterally, he doesn't move like he does, and you can't expect
yeah.
that.
But hey, if he's still got that stroke, dude, just be open. Once again, when Kyrie and Luca create some space, just be ready. Be in that shooting position. Knock him down. Knock him down.
I think it's a perfect fit. He slides right in there in the starting lineup. Derek Jones goes to the Clippers, so opens up a spot. Not that he needed Derek Jones to leave, but I like the fit. Klay in Dallas, he turns down way more money. He turns down reportedly $30 more million to go to Dallas. And
Well,
maybe he didn't want to be LeBron's sidekick. He'd rather play with Luka, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
yeah, yeah. I think. Yeah, it is an interesting pick when you really think about that because you're like, okay, well, even if you did go to the Lakers, obviously it would be, but it would obviously be it's LeBron's show, but going to the Mavs, it's still Luka's show. So, but yeah,
Dad was a champion for the Lakers. He grew up a fan of the Lakers, so I'm shocked. I'm shocked by this move from Klay to go to Dallas.
yeah, maybe he's closer friends with Kyrie and Luka. I don't know. I don't know. That could be it too. They're just a little more buddy buddy. I don't know.
Veteran point guard Chris Paul is going to the San Antonio Spurs. Now, last year we talked about Chris Paul, and I said that the Spurs would be a great fit. It was a rumor, but he ended up going to Golden State. The Warriors could not find a trade partner for CP3, so they just cut him. They just literally just
Wow.
cut him. The Bulls were involved here. They offered Zach LaVine for CP3 and Wiggins, and the Warriors said no.
Oh, okay.
Warriors said no. The 39-year-old Chris Paul, 11-time All-NBA selection, signed a 1-year, $11 million contract with the Spurs. The 19-year veteran played 58 games in his only season with the Warriors last year, averaging 9.2 points. That was a career low. 3.9 rebounds, third lowest. 6.8 assists. That was the second lowest of his career. 1.2 steals, career low. Also, career lows in field goals made per game, field goals attempted per game, free throws made per game, free throws attempted per game, free throw percentage, career lows in all those numbers. Max, does the 39-year-old CP3 have enough juice left to give anything to Victor Wembanyama?
You know, I like that. I like the senior leadership basically coming into this very young Spurs team. But, I'm looking at the Spurs right now, and all it is youth. So, like, you hope that they maybe can squeeze into the playoffs, or maybe the play-in, the new play-in now, maybe they'll slide in there. But, man, I don't know. I think this is his last wheel, man. This is his last wheel. He's like one of those dogs that sadly lost his leg and he has to walk around on the wheels, the wheelie cart. Yeah, the brace. Yeah, yeah.
Those cards, yeah, half blind running into shit.
So it's such a bummer to hear that too, though, because we grew up in Chris Paul's prime, Cobreezy.
Lab City.
Oh yeah, that was fun. He was fun at in New Orleans, man. He was fun in New Orleans.
Everywhere. Definitely, I like the veteran presence there for that young team, and it's a great mentorship for Wemby, and I think it'll be great for Wemby. But yeah, it might just be a 1-year rental, and we're cruising off into the sunset, Chris Paul.
Yeah, I think this is it. This is the last year, everybody.
Let's look at 2 trades that the NBA had this week. Some big trades here. First one, the Knicks, the New York Knickerbockers. They acquired Mikal Bridges from the Brooklyn Nets for Bojan Bogdanovic and 5 first-rounders. This is just the 4th time ever that the Knicks and the Nets have made a trade with each other. The last one came 41 years ago. Max, I love Bridges' fit with his college teammates, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Dante DiVincenzo. But Bridges will be 28 years old in August and has never made an all-star team. Now, he was runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year in 2022. But was 5 first-rounders too much for a really good role player?
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, that is ridiculous. That is stupid. Okay, that is stupid. I'm not saying Mikal Bridges is a bad player. I'm not saying that at all. But 5 first-rounders? This is just like the New York Knicks, man. This is what they do, right? This is what they do. You guys are screwing your future for a guy that's we keep bringing up youth, right, Cobreezy? We keep bringing up youth here in the NBA. The guy's 28. Okay, I think this is a terrible idea. I apparently they are impatient and they want results right now. Okay, no. I understand. They're winning right now. Can this put them over the hump? I still don't think so. I still don't think they beat the Boston Celtics. I still don't think they beat the Pacers, which they lost to the Pacers already this year. 76ers? I don't think they beat the 76ers.
Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 first-rounders. Mikal Bridges is a good player. He's a great role player, but that's what he is a role player, a 3-and-D guy. Officially now, these guys are the Nova Knicks, Villanova. Those 4 guys from those championship winning teams, the Nova Knicks. Can they challenge Boston, Max? Let's look at this lineup. You got Brunson. You got Bridges. You got OG Anunoby at the 3, who signed a 5-year, $212.5 million contract. The largest contract in Knicks franchise history, OG Anunoby. What do you think about that?
Jeez Louise. I like OG Anunoby. I like him, but
Max 212 and a half? Woo!
This guy never made an all-star team. How old?
He's young. I'll get it for you.
Okay. Might be 26.
OG is going to be 27 in 12 days.
Okay.
About to be 27 with career averages of 12 points and 4 rebounds.
Oh, my goodness. I actually have I don't know. This is just stupid. This is just stupid. Okay. You signed a max contract to a role player With that kind of money, you're
First
expecting
round.
this. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Traded 5 first rounders for another role player.
I don't. This is stupid. This is the New York Knicks, man. This is what they do. I don't understand being in such a huge city where you would expect with all this money coming into that city that they would be able to make better choices. I don't know. I stupid, stupid.
You got Jalen Brunson at the point, Bridges and Anunoby on the wings, which I really like. You're trying to match up with Boston. You're trying to guard Jalen Brown. You're trying to guard Jason Tatum. Those two guys might be solid tandem for that. You got Julius Randle coming back from injury. A lot of people forgot about him because he didn't play in the playoffs last year. He's a 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA. That's your guy at the 4. And then you lose Hartenstein to the Thunder. So you got Mitchell Robinson coming in at the center. That's a little underwhelming. But you got Josh Hart and Dante DiVincenzo off the bench. That's a solid 6'7" guy. I
Okay.
like Julius. I like Julius Randle to play a lot of center, a lot of small ball 5.
Hmm.
Move Anunoby up to the 4. Anunoby's built like a fucking football player. I see Randle playing a lot of center this year, a lot of small ball. But yeah, I'm with you. I don't see the Knicks taking down Boston. I like Bridges and Anunoby defensively on the wing. It's going to be interesting to see. But 5 first rounders and $212 million for 2 role players is ridiculous.
They might have a good season next year. Okay, with next year they might be good. Let's talk this 2, 3 years from now. We
Bottom.
might be looking at the dumpster of the league. We might be.
Could be bottoming out there, Madison Square Garden. One more trade we want to look at in the NBA. DeJounte Murray got moved again. The Hawks have decided to trade DeJounte Murray to the New Orleans Pelicans for 2 first rounders, Dyson Daniels that I like out of the G League, and Larry Nance Jr. The one-time All-Star Murray with the Spurs. He was a one-time All-Star with the Spurs. Murray averaged 22.5 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 6.4 assists in his second season with the Hawks last year. Solid numbers, but not all-star numbers. Max, how do you see the 27-year-old Murray fitting in the backcourt with CJ McCollum? And can the Pelicans get to the second round with this foursome? If Brandon Ingram sticks around, Zion stays healthy, solid foursome.
Decent trade. Decent trade for the Pelicans. I like DeJounte Murray. Why is he not fitting in? Like San Antonio was like, okay, maybe they couldn't sign him. Maybe they just couldn't sign him. They were thinking about Victor Wembanyama in the future and things like that. But it's like you couldn't get along with Trae Young. That's interesting to me.
So he's 6'5", 180, DeJounte Murray. It's a small backcourt.
Mm.
But yeah, that all-star season for DeJounte Murray, he averaged 21 points, 8.5 boards, and 9 assists, led the league with 2 steals. So he's got that kind of potential. Do you see him fitting in good with the Pelicans? Who runs the point, or does it matter?
Oh man, who is the point?
CJ McCollum was playing point
He's
last
a shooting guard, man. He's a shooting guard. DeJounte Murray is gonna be the point guard. Yeah. That's it.
I like it.
Nice.
More of a facilitator. Hopefully Zion stays healthy. Brandon Ingram's been a lot of trade talk. Cleveland, Sacramento. I think he'd be a nice fit in Sacramento.
Mm.
If he sticks around, that's a solid foursome that could challenge in the playoffs, I would think.
I think that sign of DeJounte Murray, they're trying to tell Brandon Ingram, don't go anywhere. We don't want you to go. Or are they trying to trade him? They're trying to get rid of him.
I believe because they don't want to sign him. They don't want to sign him.
I thought they already signed him a contract, or is it it's already up?
Must be.
I thought they signed a 4-year deal. Maybe it's been 4 years. Oh my gosh, time flies, man.
Let's see here. Brandon Ingram for the New Orleans Pelicans will be an unrestricted free agent next offseason. He is in the last year of his deal.
There it is. Wow, time flies, man. Time flies. Okay, I understand now. But maybe they're able to sign him a decent deal. With I don't know. Yeah.
New Orleans, but they've been irrelevant here for a while. If Zion can stay healthy, then we'll be talking about him for sure.
Yeah.
Finish us up here on the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast for this week. We got some breaking news out of the NFL.
Oh, NFL talk.
We have our next candidate for the 2024 Don't Tell Mama NFL's biggest douchebag of the year. Former Miami Dolphins star cornerback Xavien Howard sent a teenage boy an explicit picture of Howard having sex with his mother. The reasoning behind this is said to be that the young man's mother refused to get an abortion that Howard wanted her to get. Allegedly, Howard and the woman dated for several months in 2022. A few months after the breakup, the mother was contacted by another woman who explained how Howard was releasing their sex tapes to which she had not consented to. The mother said that she consented to one video, but that all the others were made without her consent. So Xavien Howard's out here filming him having sex without people's consent. In April of 2023, another woman contacted this mother, telling her that she also had received sex tapes of her and Howard, along with various other women. Both of these two women are said to have received these videos from Howard because they spurned Howard's sex advances. They turned him down, so now he's sending these women all these videos of him banging. A Miami-based content creator has also come out and said that she is pregnant with Howard's child and has accused him of being a serial impregnator. She says that Howard has a fetish for getting women pregnant. Howard allegedly has 4 babies on the way coming from 4 different women. He also has 3 children with his ex-fiance. Damn it, Max, if this ain't a Tyreek Hill situation, I don't know what it is.
I was literally going to ask Cobreezy, is Tyreek Hill and Xavien Howard, are they sitting down watching these videos that Xavien Howard is making?
I would not put it past them. I would not put it past these guys. Lastly, another woman, a separate woman, has also come out and filed a lawsuit against Howard, claiming he knowingly spread her genital herpes. Max, give me your thoughts on this situation.
This is absolutely disgusting and very creepy. Like
Weird.
I'm at a loss of words. It's so. This reminds me of Dennis Reynolds from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Every time that he would hook up with a girl, he would film it. And then there's an episode where he opens up the drawer, that he puts his hand across it, like it's like oh my, it's disgusting, yes, but obviously it's a comedy show, so like it's fun. It's the way I explain it doesn't sound funny at all. It sounds disgusting as it is because he's a creep. But this guy's a total sociopath. A narcissist, a narcissistic sociopath. This is disgusting. Oh my gosh, what is going on in Miami with Tyreek Hill too? We just brought that up. What the hell is going on with that? There's so many babies just running around with unprotected sex and a father that's not even there for the children. He just does it and then I'm done with it. I got the video too. Well, you better destroy that evidence, otherwise there's going to be some child support coming. All right, that's the evidence, isn't it?
Yeah, there's women coming out and having pregnant DNA testing done and coming back 99.9% that Howard's the father, but he's denying that he's the father of children. 99.9%. It's definitely sick. It's definitely weird. Filming yourself and then without consent and then sending those things out to other people. He's trying to intimidate these ladies. It's just weird and
scary.
Like I said, Miami released him for a cost-cutting move. Miami released him, so he's a free agent right now. And damn it, I hope nobody picks him up. Fuck him. Xavien.
There's no way anyone's picking him up with this kind of shit. There's no way. Well, I guess then again, the way that the NFL is, where they're like, oh well, we'll push that under the rug. You know how they are with some of these things, but. If you're a good organization, you have morals and maybe some values to your fan base, you don't sign this guy and you allow him to be arrested and charged with this disgusting situation, man. What is up with these athletes, man? We do this for a reason, people. About this NFL's biggest douchebag, NBA's biggest douchebag, because not only, yeah, it's fun. It could be funny. It could be funny, but we're also calling out these players at a high level for everyone to understand that this is wrong. Like, this is not a good thing, and people, push it under the rug. They're just like, oh, you know what, whatever. We don't have to talk about that. Well, we do here on the Don't Tell Mom Sports podcast. Cole Breezy.
Oh yeah, it's like you said, him and Tyreek might be hanging out too much, watching some videos. That's weird. But yeah, I've been to South Beach twice, and it's a different world down there. It's a different world down in South Beach. Different things going on down there for sure. But Max, that's gonna do us this week on the Don't Tell Mama. They took Nikolaj Topic in the first round from Serbia, so he's a redshirt season. But they also traded for Alex Caruso. They sent Josh Giddey, young, wild and free Giddey. You know, I live my life wild and free, but not like
butt naked, wild and free. That's you, Cole Breezy.
Butt naked, but not like Josh Giddey. But they traded him for Alex Caruso. That's a great move, I think. Thunder went to Giddey and explained how they wanted to come off the bench next year. Giddey said, "Fuck that, I want out of here." So GM Sam Presti, he robbed another team, didn't have to give up any picks. They signed Isaiah Hartenstein away from the Knicks. I think that's a great deal. Great big body. They need help down low. Chet, he's getting snapped like a twig. Like Hartenstein in the middle there. Might not start, but definitely going to be playing a role off the bench. I love the defensive potential for these Thunder. They're young. They were already the number 1 seed last year. Youngest 1 seed in NBA history. Youngest team to ever win a playoff series. Youngest team to ever sweep a series. Max, what do you think about the OKC Thunder's future?
Oh, the future is bright, man. Future is bright, OK City. You got a leader in SGA, baby. And you got, the big guys you already named. And then the top, what's his name? Topic? That's it? Topic? That's going to be fun. That is going to be fun to see him come into the league. Not this next season, but the following season. The future is bright. Lots of youth and lots of talent.
Hell yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Like we said, this is the last NBA episode of the season. We're going to be looking at Olympics coming up here in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
We got some baseball to talk about. And damn it, we're a month away from talking fantasy football, Max. We got our rankings, our positional rankings coming up, our divisional breakdowns. We'll be having people on for a majority of those, getting a third opinion coming in here. We got a busy summer coming up, Max.
Yes, we do. Thank you, everybody, for coming out to the Don't Tell Mama Sports podcast tonight. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Cole Breezy, we didn't mention this in the intro, but check this out, baby. We're at 2.76 thousand. That's extra 300 subscribers since last week. 300 subscribers since last week. Hopefully, by next week, we'll be breaking 3,000 subscribers. We appreciate all of you, and thank you for those that are standing up for us, because there's a lot of shit talkers, which I'm okay with. But again, we don't have to say anything anymore, Cole Breezy. We don't have to comment. We have people that just backing us up. You know, I freaking love it. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome, and we appreciate you. But Cole Breezy, are you hopping into the woods butt naked? Are you gonna go cuddle with a bear? You know, actually, this is a good question. With the winter coming up, are you going to be hibernating with bears butt naked? Is that a thing?
No bear sightings either this year yet. I'm still looking for a bear. Having dreams about bears is interesting. Dreaming about bears. But
that is a weird dream. Are you waking up in a tent? Do you wake up in a tent? And not in a literal tent, but you know what I mean. No, I'm not pitching a tent. But actually going camping again next week, damn it. So I'll be back out there again. Not butt naked.
I'll be fully clothed. Clothed. No titties and dicks this weekend.
Man, that just sounds sweaty and smelly. You people were all sweaty and smelly.
I 70 up on a
sweaty
mountain.
And smelly, gooch jelly, boob jelly, all of that was there for sure.
Hot springs from a mountain. It was beautiful. It was
stinky.